Okay. Hi everyone. Hello. Let's see. See if this is working. Oh, okay. Looks like we're live. Nice. Okay. So, just wait for everything to set up. Everything settle in. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be live. So, this is pretty recent news. Yeah, this is all new. What's up, guys? Hi, everyone. This new SuperStar game, no meme, no troll, nothing like that. Let's just see if everything is audio okay. Yeah, this seems a little loud actually. One sec. Let's turn this down. Okay. Hi everyone. Okay, so yeah, it's a new SuperStar game. So this one is called The SuperStar. So after all these years, we finally come down to The SuperStar. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, it's a new game. So this one's different from all the rest of the other like SuperStar games. SuperStar SM, SuperStar JYP. This one is specifically international artists, so not Korean. This one's all international music. So instead of like, you know, big groups like BTS, EXO, Twice, groups like that, this one has Billie Eilish and Ellie Goulding and Imagine Dragons, Lady Gaga, Selena Gomez, Sremmurd, and Zedd. Those are their title artists, I guess. Those are the ones they put in the forefront. What I think about this new game, I think that this is something that I'm pretty sure Dalcom has been trying to do for a long time. Just something with English music, English artists. Because I think there was like a report, like maybe a year or two ago, where it turns out that the country that SuperStar Games is like most popular in, the one that gets the most people to spend money and everything, is actually in the United States. So something like this is crazy. Yeah, I know that the release date of April 1st is kind of weird, but they can't possibly do an April Fool's thing after setting up everything in the app stores and having a new Twitter and everything. Let me just pull up that Twitter now too. So I am willing to bet that this is not any kind of troll or anything. No, not an April Fool's joke. This one's straight up real. It just, yeah, because the thing with I think 3 years ago for like SuperStar K-pop. Let's see if I can find that. SuperStar K-pop. Yeah, so the thing with SuperStar K-pop is that they did not have, well, they have retweets and stuff here, but this is the original one in 2019. This one is like specifically like a Google. This one is just to gauge interest for everything. I wonder if this is still open. Guess not. But SuperStar K-pop was basically just this whole thing for people, for them to like test and see what they're like the artists that they want the most in a SuperStar K-pop game. Yeah. So like you can see that this is all memes and stuff, right? Big memes. It is a joke for April Fool or real? Who knows? And then you can see that I don't know if anyone like took a screenshot of the actual page, but before it would just have a bunch of options for artists, like G Idol, SF9, Pentagon, artists that did not have a SuperStar K-pop game, or did not have a SuperStar game that they are in yet. So this one's a full-on like survey. Hi everyone, how's my day going? It's all right. You know, daylight savings just happened, so all the I live in the U.S., so we do daylight savings stuff, and Korea does not. So all the times for everything got like shifted back an hour for my time zone. But so far it's okay. Yeah. It's available in any Play Store or Apple Store. Not at the moment, but it's expected to release on April 1st. I know it sounds like a joke. I know it sounds like a meme or a troll, but it is pretty sure it's real. Like, I will be super surprised if this is fake. I'm like 99.9999% sure this is real. There's always like that little bit of, hey, maybe it doesn't happen, but everything here so far is real. So like, you can't set up a whole website, have a whole cumulative reward event thing, have all this stuff that they normally do for other game releases like GFriend, YG, FNC. They all had this kind of stuff. So besides it being released on April 1st, this is most definitely not a joke. Yeah. So just there's a game out there that is gonna be a SuperStar game, and it's not necessarily going to be Korean music. So that's what I am here to tell you guys about and everything. Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about the artists that have like, you know, actually have been in these promotional pictures. So you got like Griffin, Juice WRLD, Maroon 5, Lady Gaga, Ellie Goulding, Zedd, and then let's see, ex-ambassadors, Ray Sremmurd, I can't say his name. Yeah, Juice WRLD, yeah. That's like all the little bits of things that we've seen so far. But yeah, let me put this on the big one. Oh, that is not it. Where is it? Hold on. Let me just switch this real quick. Let's just make this big. Make me small. How small? There. Yeah, sure. So yeah, these are all the big pictures. There's gonna be links to the actual like pages for everything in the description of this video or stream, depending on when you're viewing it. Right now, if you're watching it, it's in the stream. But yeah, so then you can see everything like for yourself. It's all real. So this is pretty much everything so far, I think. Yeah, there's not too much like to see compared to like other games because they didn't show like a ranking system or anything like that. We can assume it's going to be the same as everything. We can also assume it's going to be an R50 system, just like any of the newer games. Yeah, I also think it's real. They have in Google Play Store. Just everything about it so far says it's real. The only thing that you can say it's not real is the fact that it releases on April 1st, but even then, it's just a day. I know it's supposed to be like, hey, it's a big joke day, but if they release it like April 2nd or March 31st, it's like 100% confirmed. People are disregarding it just because it's released on April 1st. But everything about it so far is, yes, it is real. Okay. And then, yeah, so this game is actually featuring not like, you know, every single pop artist that can exist, but Interscope Records, which you can see they also have Blackpink, you know, other acts in here that are also K-pop. That's most likely how they have found an agreement with Dalcom because they already have some interest in Korean artists. Like they have let's just go down the list. So you know, I haven't looked at everything exactly, so we can look at it together. Okay, so for Interscope, which is the record company that Dalcom is partnering with the game called The SuperStar, just here and everything. Yeah, all the artists, you got Six Lack or Black, yeah, Abby Jasmine, I Bender, Alexander 23, Alison Pontier, Emma Lowe, Amber Mark, Anne Marie, Ari Lennox, Aaron Gray or Aaron Ray, Aaron Ray or Aaron Ray, I think it's Aaron Ray, Avicii, I miss him. Bad Gal, Band of Horses, Boss, Benny Blanco, Big K BZ, Billie Eilish, Black Bear, Blackpink, which already exists in Superstar YG. Yes, it is very real. Boogie, Brianna Castro, Broke ASF, or Broke as, yeah, bad word. BRS Cash, Carly Rae Jepsen, Cashmere Cat, Celeste, Cloves, Cocash, Contra Dash, Cause, Cruel, Santino, Kuko, Da Baby, Dave, Dermot Kennedy, DeMello Flow, DJ Snake, Dr. Dre, Dylan Schneider, Earth Gang, Easy Life, Ela Hale. Most of these I haven't like seen before, heard of before, or said their names. So if I say things wrong, I'm sorry. LMI, Ellie Goulding, Eminem, Gracie Abrams, Griffin, Guns N' Roses, Gwen Stefani, Hot Boy, Imagine Dragons, Inhaler, J. Cole, J.I. the Prince of NY, JID, Jacob Banks, Jacob Collier, Johnny, Jax Jones, Jay Critch, Jasmine Bean, Jesse Ware, Juice WRLD, Justin Rari, I'm gonna go with Rari, K Camp, Kali Uchis, Cassie Ashton, Kendrick Lamar, Kevo, Kea, I think, Kitty Cash, Chris Wu, Lady Gaga, Lana Del Rey, LANY, I think that's how you're supposed to say it, LANY. Yeah, Lele Pons, Lil Durk, Lil Mosey, Lil Papa, Lewis the Child, Machine Gun Kelly, Maroon 5, Mereba, Michael Kiwanuka, Moneybag Yo, Muramasa, Mustard, No Doubt, Olivia Rodrigo, One Republic. There is a lot of people here. Pierre Bourne, Playboy Cardi, Ray Sremmurd, Ray Ren for short, Rodwave, Role Model, that's Russian with a V, Sam Fender, Schoolboy Q, Selena Gomez, Sheck West, Shensia, Sir Sly, Smoke Perp, Somi, damn Somi, Spot'em Got 'em, Still Woozy, Sting, Son of For Vegas, Summer Walker, Tame Impala, Tay Money, The 1975, The Rolling Stones, The Struts, The Who, Tokyo's Revenge, Trevor Daniel, U2, X Ambassadors, Years and Years, Yoshi Flower, Youngblood, YXNGKA, and Zedd. This is, yeah. There's a lot of, so like not every artist here is guaranteed to be in the game, but they have selected a few to be in the actual promotional stuff. So any artist here there's a possibility that can also be added to the Superstar. So let's see, yeah, there's a bunch of like it's a bunch of songs that could possibly show up and get people excited. Dun, 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 dun. It's a big list of possibilities. But yeah, the biggest names we got, it's on the Google page. So in their actual tweet, they talk about, it's this one, Billie Eilish, Ellie Goulding, Imagine Dragons, Lady Gaga, Selena Gomez, Ray Sremmurd, and Zedd. So of course you got, crazy songs like Bad Guy that can be added. Let's see, like the themes that have been added. X Ambassadors has Unsteady, Imagine Dragons has The Origins, Billie Eilish has My Future, Ray Sremmurd, No Type, Juice WRLD, Lean With Me, Griffin has Body Back. We don't have too much information right now, which makes me think about like just how many different artists can exist in this game because of all the people on this artist page, this giant list of everything, including like Blackpink and Somi and or is it Chris Wu? Yeah. Like there are some really interesting possibilities that can be added to this game. So yeah, Billie, Justin, Selena. Dun 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 dun. It's a lot of things happening right now. Yeah. If Cardi, I don't think she's here. But yeah, but this is what's on like the actual Interscope website for official artists that are a part of their company. So if people are going to be added to this game, it's going to be from this list. And if they're not in the game yet, then you can probably wait for like an arrival event or something like that. But it's still crazy that it is. Yeah, it is real. It's pretty real. I think it's a shame that they ended up having the release date on the 1st of April because oh boy. They have it on like the 1st of April, then yeah, most people think it's a joke. Ellie mostly be in card packs. Yeah, it's not gonna be like any of the SMGYP stuff. It's most likely going to follow the same format as YG and FNC so far, because this is like the new generation of Dalcom games. I guess you can call it like that. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Zedd, I want you to know. Eilish, bad guy. Ellie Goulding, love me like you do. Imagine Dragons, believer. Lady Gaga, always remember us this way. Selena Gomez, look at her now. Look at her now, yeah. Ray Sremmurd, Black Beatles. Yeah. Another pre-register, yeah. Do the coupon number for the accumulator. It's probably gonna be like welcome TSS. It's probably gonna be called TSS. The way they're going to abbreviate it, because I think if they call it like SuperStar Interscope, I feel like it might blend in with the Korean games that exist, Korean in the sense of Korean music. So I guess calling it V Superstar kind of differentiates it. Being American artists, especially rappers, there's a better chance they'll have explicit language. What do you think they're gonna do with the rudeness? I don't think they're gonna change it. I mean, obviously, if there's like, because you know there are some songs that'll have explicit versions, and then there are some songs that will have like a clean version. So I think in places where they can, they'll have the clean versions. But otherwise, they most likely will just have the explicit ones, and hopefully people won't notice. Billie's reaction is when she's playing this game. My first thought about all these artists is that they've probably never heard of Dalcom Soft or Superstar rhythm games in general. Because I think it's one thing to know that there's like, to understand that there's Korean artists making Korean music. Obviously, Selena Gomez has had that ice cream song with Blackpink, and like Billie Eilish just talked about BTS a lot, but I have a feeling that most of these artists don't know that, you know, Dalcom Soft exists. So just hearing about them in a game, they're probably gonna be interested. Yeah, this is the SuperStar, which is featuring English music artists, international artists, all these potential people. I would love to hear Avicii music in the game, but yeah, with him passing away. Yeah, do they talk about it? They just said, yeah, played his last show, ... Okay. I really like Avicii music. It's probably one of my more favorite English music to get into. Maroon 5 is a close one behind though. Let's see. I'm excited for artists like Zedd and Griffin, because hearing EDM in like a tap rhythm game sounds fun. Like Eminem rap, that's cool, but most like Eminem rap is still like words, I guess, so there's only so much you can do with words. But like with like EDM with Zedd and Griffin, just hearing how the wubs can go through, that would be interesting. Yeah, most of these, I've hard feeling that most of these cards are solo, because because there's a lot of solo artists. Like, let's see, like of all the artists on this screen, Griffin, Juice WRLD, Maroon 5, Lady Gaga, Ellie, Goulding, Zedd. Only Maroon 5 is like an actual band with more than just one person. There's theme release. We're gonna go broke because of RP packs. Yeah, RP packs are so annoying to get Ellie themes from. Just like, I don't think about it. I just go for the diamond ones because at least the drop rate's better. Cause like it's not guaranteed. It sucks, you know. Is there much else to talk about? It's just kind of just saying that, hey, this is not a joke. Yeah, so this is all different. It's gonna be exciting because that's the other thing. This is all English, so even though that in terms of like the report I heard years ago where the highest the most income they make is from people living in the United States compared to people living in Korea, even though it is a Korean game company with Korean music. America, they make the most income from there, so this is definitely pushing into the United States market. Okay, yeah. American Western indie artists, yeah. So this one's definitely gonna be different. I feel like most of advertising for like general, like the previous Superstar games, all come from Twitter. So I guess the biggest challenge is seeing how far they can push advertising for this game, because the audience of Superstar games in general is all just gonna be people who listen to and like Korean music. So this being their first venture into stuff out of their own genre, where things are like, oh, if you listen to Red Velvet, you might also listen to Twice, or you might also listen to Blackpink, and then that goes across other games. This is probably like the first one where, you know, maybe not everyone who listens to say like EXO would listen to Zedd or Maroon 5. They're in a sense different genres, and then the people who would talk about and share the game are completely different audiences, so it's probably gonna be more tough for them to get past that. Let's see. Can possibly Chris Wu or Somi join the game? It depends on how much Dalcom is like. I feel like if they do push artists like Chris Wu or Somi, they're definitely like pull more people who like K-pop into the Superstar. It's so weird to say the Superstar. Like if I say like Superstar, like SM, I can just say like, oh, you know, if people play SM, JYP, YG. This one is like, you play the Superstar. But yeah, so it depends on how much like Dalcom is like wanting to add it, I think, because I feel like artists like Somi and Chris Wu, Interscope Records, the music company that is basically has all of its artists featured in the Superstar, most likely won't be pushing those artists. They'll probably push, you know, the people that are in the hashtags right now, rather than Korean artists. Do you think Dalcom's will make Superstar Cube? I've been thinking about it for many years. Yeah, I feel like with Edon and Hyuna leaving Cube, everything kind of like went weird for a possibility of a Superstar Cube. So that stuff's strange. Yeah, Pokemon Diamond and dude, Sinnoh remakes. Yeah. Honestly, Sinnoh remakes are cool, but I'm looking forward to Pokemon Legends Arceus so much more. Like, oh my god. In the Spanish-speaking community, they're even preparing their top 5 and fighting over the world records. This is different because I feel like I feel like there's less people who would go all out for artists in this game that also play games like this. Yeah, and like in my head, let's see, like maybe Billie Eilish stands, Selena Gomez stands. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it always happens with a new game. Just thinking about which songs are great to play. Like if Carly Rae Jepsen plays, I've seen someone talk about when Carly Rae Jepsen gets added, it's gonna be like Call Me Maybe, it's gonna be a grind song, stuff like that. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I would probably play Imagine Dragons. I would probably go like Maroon 5, Imagine Dragons, Griffin, Zedd, and Lady Gaga. I feel like that's my 5 for me. How did you even find out about it? Oh yeah, it was a nice time to talk about it. So if you want to, if you play any of the SuperStar games and you're here on YouTube, there's a Discord server that I help manage, and that is a link in the description in this video and in all my other videos. So if you go and join the Discord, that's the server that that's a server that hosts discussions and updates about all the current SuperStar games. So that's like SMJYP, Starship, Goulding, GFriend, YG, FNC, and right now the SuperStar. Yeah, I feel like a lot of, like, even though it's supposed to be like a really exciting thing, like wow, there's gonna be more Western artists in a SuperStar rhythm game, I feel like there's gonna be a good portion of people who are upset that there isn't a game for their favorite K-pop artists. So like, why is this game with all these Western artists coming out before you even have like I don't know, what are some artists that don't have, like, that aren't in the games yet, like Astro or B2B, or I guess even what's that? What, Everglow, yeah. So like, yeah. I feel like SSG Friend will end its service like Playlist did. It's hard to say. We only, like, with all the contracts that Dalcom has signed so far, it will definitely at least be 2 years for every game. So I guess we'll see after 2 years. Oh yeah, let's see here. I got a hamster. Her name is Xiao. Oh wait, she's hiding. She's you can see her come out. Just a little right here. She's hiding behind her food bowl, the camera view, but you can see her eyes, right? She's moving. Yeah, she's a robo hamster. Oh, she's eating the pineapple tree. Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys still don't stand BTS. SuperStar BTS. I feel like I kind of joked like SuperStar BTS closing is like, you know how like certain things happen in history and it feels like everything like kind of stem off of it. So like once iPhones were I guess invented in a sense and then released, like every phone has to like match its simplicity, and pretty much any smartphone, like that, pretty much the iPhone being released just pushed out any other phone with buttons and a keyboard that you have to like flip out and slide off or something. Is it possible to have SuperStar big hit? Probably not, because the thing with SuperStar BTS and Big Hit and everything like that is Big Hit bought Superb company, a mobile game company called Superb, and they previously had a game called Oh, they still do, but when they bought that company, their game that they were already known for was Pianista. So they specifically bought out Superb so they could make their own mobile rhythm game, and that's what Rhythm Hive is. So you can see that like Rhythm Hive has BTS, TXT, and N-Hyphen, which are all the big hit like direct artists, and there's always going to be the chance that artists like 17 New East and potentially G-Friend will be added in at a later time. But for now, like Rhythm Hive is pretty much the reason why SuperStar Big Hit will never exist, because them making Rhythm Hive and buying out their company and buying out Superb and then developing their own rhythm game is pretty much the reason. It's pretty much Big Hit sending a message to Dalcom like, yeah, we don't want to work with you anymore because we don't need to work with you anymore. SuperStar 80s. Isn't 80s a part of like Stone Music Entertainment or something like that? 80s. Where are they from? They're from KQ. Oh, is that their only one? Like, is that KQ Entertainment's only group? Who else do they have? Block B, Yuquan, Eden, 80s, Maddox. This is definitely their biggest group, if anything. Yeah, what's up with Block B after Zico left? This is interesting. Block B is like so old. It's like a different generation. Let's see. Thoughts about Rhythm Hive. Rhythm Hive, the maps aren't fun for me. Like, I would want to play more, but then like it doesn't feel as rewarding to play. Even though you could say like, hey, you know, if you play Dalcom Soft SuperStar games, when you play a song you only get like 700 RP and you need like thousands to be able to upgrade. Rhythm Hive, like, I don't even know when I play how much I'm able to like how effective is me playing the game. Like, I feel like what I need doesn't come that easily if I just play a lot. Because you can play a lot for SuperStar games and you can definitely get somewhere. But it doesn't seem like it in Rhythm Hive. Yeah, I'm a SuperStar BTS, I'm a SuperStar Pledis. A part of me is like, yeah, it feels nice to not be, to not need to play, you know, more games than I already do. But having those games gone is kind of sad. Like, even if I like don't play, it's the thought of what I already put in, and you know, maybe I want to go back and play a Dimple or something, or play what's a fun something that's really fun, like BTS Cypher Killer. Like that's fun. SuperStar Luna when? I don't know. Who knows? SuperStar P Nation. I feel like if P Nation gets more releases, they might. I would say probably, but I'm not sure, so it's gonna be a might. Like P Nation would be like, because I feel like because most of their songs are still like with their old groups, right? Like most of Hyunda's biggest songs are all still a part of Cube. Most of Psy's biggest songs are still a part of YG. So in the sense of P Nation having their own game, they need a lot more songs for them to build off of. Because with how Dalcom Soft releases a song every week, it could be like verse 2s as well, but with the rate that P Nation's going, I don't think there's gonna be a chance that they could get a healthy game system going for maybe a couple more years. Yeah, Young Forever Verse 2. That's fun. We need Superstar K-pop now. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I saw that they're having, yeah, they're doing some kind of like a hand. I don't know if it's like an actual group or if it's I should probably Google it. I don't know if it's like an actual group or if it's just like a one of those like trainee voting shows or something. Survival shows, that's what they're called. They're gonna have 2 groups, JYP and Psy. I don't know, but something like that, like even that's weird to think about because you don't know if the rights of the group are gonna go to JYP or they're gonna go to P Nation. So yeah, she's running. Yeah, so you don't know which party will hold the rights, so you don't know which groups can actually make it to either game. Yeah, like 16 are produced. Yeah, exactly. Dun, 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 dun. G Idol, Pentagon, other art. Yeah, exactly. They like CLC. I think they have what's that group called? The one that had Butterfly as their song. I can't remember right now. I'm kind of distracted by my hamster. Sorry. She just keeps on flopping. Let me tell you about my hamster. My hamster, like, I got her like less than a week ago, and when it's like 3 a.m., she just runs on this wheel, and she keeps on spinning on the wheel, like just running and running and running for hours. Like it would be until 6 or 7 a.m. and she would still be running. It's crazy. Yeah, Beast, yeah. The G-Friend Storm with 3-star. I don't know, you just play enough and then you kind of there's some it's kind of hard to explain, but after a certain point when you play enough of the game, like instead of seeing like the notes and then reacting to those, you kind of see patterns. You don't think about like I need to hit these notes, you think about my hand needs to tap, like double tap or triple tap or move to the left while it's tapping. You stop thinking about the notes and you start thinking more about your movements. So when you see like a song that's like as hard as Eye of the Storm, it actually isn't too difficult because if you just think about the patterns, like for example, like in SM with Chinese Woof Woof, that is a hard song, but there is a pattern to it, and as soon as you learn that pattern, the song is completely doable. And then you can say the same thing about like, yeah, so it's like one thing for like a song to have like a confusing pattern, but it's like another thing for it to have a difficult pattern. Like, of course Boxer is like nothing but patterns as well, but it's difficult because of all the crazy amount of taps you have to do without much of a break. All songs have full version of the song to have better gaming experience. I feel like their tactic of having only like a portion of the song is so they can release verse 2s. It's probably their fallback for if there aren't any like new songs coming out or something like that, then they have the option to release verse 2s, because their goal or like their ideology is to release something every week. So having not the full song still gives them that option. 3-star Dollar Dollar, that song's been out for a while. Yeah. Google Play this. Oh, I didn't even read the Google Play description. This seems so bare bones. I didn't even read it. Okay. 42 tracks from 19 groups. So I guess you can start speculating what the 42 songs will be. 19 groups. So I don't know how many are on this page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 times 6, 126, 127 artists, if I did this math right. There's 127 artists. Yay, NCT. Anyways, 127 artists, and then there will be 19. Oh, this sounds nice. Oh, yeah. Is this real? It is real. Don't worry, it is real. The only reason why I can think they're releasing on April 1st is because they want to release it as soon as possible, as early as possible. But with how the world record system works, if they release it on like March 23rd or something, 1 week before, or March 24th, then most likely they will, like, if people will play the game, there's gonna be a lot of world records made that are not necessarily world record-esque, and then those songs would be like severely, like, just taken over by people who spend money. Like, that's not saying that, like, with how the games are now, people who spend money will get world records first, like, won't get world records first, but it'll definitely be more fair. Like, imagine if they released on March 25th or something. You got 5 days, and then, you know, everyone's playing, everyone's logging on, everyone's upgrading their cards, but of course, from 5 days, you don't have any, like, league bonus, RP, anything. 5 days of straight playing, that's like 120 hours? 100, something like that. Yeah, 120 hours, nothing but playing, spending all your headphones as much as you can, using all your login diamonds to buy more headphones to get more RP, to upgrade more. You're still gonna lose to someone who decides to spend, say, even like $200 on RP. They get what like $80. Okay, let's do 240. So they buy 4 of those $80 diamond things, and this is not looking at pop-up shop, just making it easier. 4 of those $80 diamond things for 1,200. So in the total, that'll be 4,800, and they'll buy a whole bunch of RP. Each RP is 275,000 for 500. So if they have 4800, then they can get 9 of those. That's almost 2.75 million RP that they can get, and no matter how much you play, how much you grind for the 5 days, you can't ever catch up to 2.75 million RP, and they will definitely, people who spend will definitely get ahead of you and get the world records that you've probably worked more for, but it doesn't matter because of spending. How much you spend power up R card from 1 to 50? It depends on the game. I'm gonna assume it's for like a game like YG. Upgrading is really weird in those games because it's like the cost of spending goes like from, like, if you go from like a graph, like how much RP spent is like vertical, and then how much what level you're at is horizontal, then the graph kind of goes like this, because when you're starting out, it takes so much for you to get to from S1 to S5, and then it takes even more for you to go from R1 to R6. But like the lower levels, you just feel like you should be able to get more upgrades, but you just kind of don't. And like, you're supposed to use C cards from 1 to 6, but I use B cards because I feel like C cards take forever and the odds are so low. But even though I use B cards, it still takes a while, and then you're supposed to continue using B cards from 6 to 11 or 6 to 16, depending on how comfortable you feel. Yeah, it's just like The rates are so weird because B cards are supposed to be the most like cost efficient cards to use for upgrades, but you just kind of don't get them because even though it's the most cost efficient, it's still not likely. So you kind of want to throw in like A cards. But then like the difference between using a B1 card and a A1 card is like so much different. When you go from 16 to let's say around 26 or 31, you can use a lot of A cards. It uses a lot of RP, but you do get a lot more successes. So it just feels weird. How much RP though? Let's see. I never use R cards from 46 to 50 because that's way too expensive. That one is only reserved for power-up cards, and if I have too much, like for example in Starship, where I have a bunch of power-up cards from like world records and stuff, then those are, I like do it from like 41 to 50. But besides the point, it's definitely like, you could probably say like $1 million per card, something like that. Like without buying normal card packs with RP. There's actually, if you go into the Discord linked in the video description, we have a bot that will do that. I'll just plug it in right now. H from 2 1 to 50. Let's just do 1 to 46. So if you go from 46 to 50, you get power up cards. Yeah. So if you have during PUC and if you have fodder, then going from R1 to R46 is 827,237 RP, and you'll need approximately 74 C cards, 87 B cards, 25 B5s, 54 A cards, and 20 S cards. So like you can see like kind of like what I'm saying, from like C to like C cards from R1 to R6, you need 74 of those. That's like crazy, I think. H2 Yeah, you'll need 34 C cards to go from 1 to 6, and most likely you won't just have 30 C cards sitting in your inventory because inventory is kind of hard to manage if you have a bunch of C cards sitting in there. But even if you do, it takes 42,724 RP on top of that 34 C cards that you're gonna use. So yeah, it starts off pretty rough, but in the mid game it's a lot easier. Let's see, it's always, yeah, of course don't power up during not power up chance. Just always wait for that, because there's no reason not to. Like if you just sit around and wait for the power up chance to happen, then you can get a lot more done than if you do in the middle of the week. The only reason why like you might want to upgrade in the middle of the week is if you're trying to push yourself up a league, but that's even still in all the newer games, where things aren't necessarily developed yet. Like if you're upgrading in FNC or YG, even though YG has had 2 power up chances so far, you're more likely to just like push yourself up into the higher bounds. But of course, when you're going, I would say like if you want to upgrade outside of PUC, R11 or R16 for the R50 systems is like where you want to stop. Why another superstar doesn't have prism cards like GFriend? Because GFriend only has one artist. So for games like that, so like BTS also only has one artist. So because there's not necessarily, there's only one group, you can't continuously like always manage to find more and more cards from them, or more more cards for themes and that kind of stuff. So prism cards are Dalcom's way, so it kind of delays how you upgrade. Because if prism cards exist, then you have to wait until you get a full prism theme, and then when that happens, you kind of like delay all your upgrading until you get that prism theme. So it kind of makes the game last longer because you're also searching for, ultimately completing an entire like prism collection, that kind of stuff. Yeah, we don't talk about R50 outside PSC. Why Superstar Big Hit doesn't exist? Because Big Hit Entertainment does not want to work with Dalcom. Simple as that. How many days or hours to make it to top 5 of the charts and what rank you currently reached? You mean like world record stuff? How many days or hours? I don't really keep track because how I play the games, well, I play all the games. How I decide which games to play just depends on like my interest or if there's events during the week. So for events like currently in FNC, there's the 100-day celebration. Let me just see if I can pull up my playtime. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so it might be a little bit different because JYP also has like their login thing, their daily login thing, where if you play the game or have the game open for an hour, you get a reward. But I have 4 hours in FNC last week, so I basically don't really like sit around. I just go and play what I need to do, and I get out. But for like making the top 5s, you just kind of have to like plan out your fodders, honestly. Like you sit on a bunch of B cards, A cards, S cards, and if you have a full inventory, you change that into A cards and S cards, and then once PUC comes around, hopefully you have enough RP to make use of everything. World records, that one is having world records just depends on what group you have. If you have a super popular group like Taeyeon and SM, or Blackpink and YG, or what's also super popular? Suzy and JYP. Artists like those, it's harder to get world records. Generally, my focus is going for more of the like artists that are not super popular, but I can still like they still have a lot of songs that I can rank on. Like in Starship, one of my first artists was Mind You, which personally, when Starship was announced, I have not heard of Mind You before, but they have some pretty easy songs to full SP, and I feel like they aren't super popular. So especially compared to like SSM, so having that 4-card group is a lot better when starting. So like when I first started and world records and you start ranking for stuff, what's most important is whenever you are able to finally like R50 a group, then the world records you get from there the rewards will help push you into R50 in your next group. So it kind of like starts out slow, but after like a good amount, especially once you get like a big artist like especially like an artist like Twice, or like Red Velvet, Monsta X is a big one, then you'll be able to just like carry your powering up throughout. Is this a prank? It is not a prank, it is real. I already talked about how I feel like the only reason why they chose April 1st is because they want to get the game out as soon as possible, but because the world record systems going from January to March, then April, June to July, September to wait, did I miss something? July, and then July, August to October. No wait, August to September, then October to December. Because of how their world record seasons work, they probably didn't want to release it before April 1st, because if you log in and then you only get like 5 days worth of gameplay going on, and then you get like some world record stuff, it's pretty much going to be only the people who spent a lot of money compared to the people who played a lot managed to get that score, and then there'll be stuff like that. It's going to be an unfair first season, so they just didn't. When did the game start? It starts April 1st. It sounds like a joke, it's not. Where am I from? I live in the United States, in West Coast. Not Singapore. I do not know how to speak Singaporean. I think that's what they speak. Um, I think Singapore also speaks Mandarin. Not entirely sure. I know they speak Mandarin, but it's because I'm Chinese. Yeah, not because I'm from Singapore. Hidden Stage and Superstar SM should add more songs. I think they only have 4 or 5 songs. Hidden songs are nice. I just don't like. Yeah, so right now they only have Around, Hope, Time, Black on Black Part 1 and Part 2. So they have 5 Hidden Stage songs, and the only thing I don't like about them is like they need to have some kind of option to turn it off. Like I don't want to like play a challenge and then waste like 12 seconds trying to get to my next song because I cleared the challenge and they decide to give me Hope, or even worse, they decide to give me Around. I also don't like how like for a group like I have NCT Dream My First in my top 5. It's always annoying when I like, even if I play one of their songs for my weekly league, even if I do that, I'll still get the sudden like Black on Black Part 1, and I don't really like that. Tune Hamster, thank you. I love her too. Today I tried some bathtub, like what's, I don't know, taming, I guess. Yeah, I just took her to the bathtub and I sat in there with her. Yeah, she climbed on my hand. That was nice. You kind of, yeah. They poop everywhere. Dun, dun. Yeah. If you just joined and you don't know what's happening, let's see. Oh, I've been streaming for like an hour. I talked about it for like the first half. I kind of don't want to like continue like repeating stuff, because if someone watches the video later, then they'll just like kind of be annoyed, I guess, because I'm not talking about new things. Do you think this new game is going to be successful as the others, or is it going to be a flop? It's hard to say because this is going into a different market. Because like so far, like all the games, you'll have some group that Dalcom Soft is hoping to like latch onto to help them float. Like SM, you got like Red Velvet EXO, Shiny, TVX Cubo, just a whole bunch of artists for SM. JPF, Twice, Rest in Peace, GOT7, Day 6, blah, 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 Stray Kids, technically 2 PM, but they haven't been doing too many updates for them compared to everyone else. Oh, ITZY, of course. Pledis was 17 and New East, even though the game is end of serviced, then like even though it's not running, they still have, you know, they still lasted a good while from just those 2 artists. Let's see, Woolim, you have Infinite, Rocket Punch. I think the big one is Golden Child and Lovelies. Let's see. Yeah, they all like, yeah, I don't need to go through everything. Just all these games have some like big artists to latch onto. In terms of big artists, obviously the SuperStar has Billie, Eilish, Ellie, Goulding, Imagine Dragons, Lady Gaga, Zedd. Those are all huge artists, but the biggest problem is, for example, if you play SuperStar JYP and like SuperStar YG comes out, you're just like, oh great, I love Blackpink, I listen to their music, I know how SuperStar games work, I will play that. The difference between that and like these games is that not necessarily, like, it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the way I want to say this? Just because you have played SuperStar games before means that you'll play this new one for all these new artists. And just because you like all these new artists that are now being featured in the SuperStar game means that you'll actually like even know that the game exists at all. So let's see. Yeah, players did Priston Silva. It's not Dalcom Soft's fault. Like, it sucks what happened to Priston. Black Widow didn't even get updated. That sucks. After School, they were a little bit better about After School. But they did Priston horribly. Let's see. Yeah, so will it be like, no. Whose artists are featured? So it's it's a record company called Interscope, and they do a whole bunch of international stuff. Is it gonna be the same as YG FNC, like the same touch system? Most likely. This is probably, all the games have like a different like era, I would say, of game systems. SMJYP are their own era. Technically Pledis started the new one, but Starship kind of solidified it in terms of daily missions, because this is very technical. I'm sorry if it like goes into like this talk that's kind of boring, but Pledis had a weekly 50% power up card, and that was really good for upgrading. But the next game, Starship, didn't have that, so I would say that is the next generation of games. So let's see, Starship, William, G-Friend are all the same. G-Friend has an added prism system because of the fact that they only have one artist, but basically the same system. Then YG and FNC are currently starting the new generation of SuperStar games, which I think that the SuperStar game is going to, going to use, I guess, or they're going to, live on, utilize, adapt, yeah, a whole bunch of words. WJ saying it's the only post IOI group that hasn't flopped yet. It's hard to say, yeah. Lovely's is kind of a flop. It's not necessarily like even these artists are a flop, but there is a reason why like Dalcom is updating them, because a whole bunch of people still play the game for them. Like Lovely's has live themes, while like even though they might not be like as widely known or stuff like that, they're still updating them. So if they update, then there's a good chance that like like they won't do an update that like everyone will hate. You know what I mean? Like they won't want to add like a new song to the game if people don't care about it. Because obviously when they do add stuff, they want people to, download the game, open the game to play it for that new update. Like that's why whenever a new song comes out, everyone's waiting for it to be added to the game, and then they add it. Is there any song among SuperStar games that has 2 stars you can't beat? Let's see. What's that? Okay, there's that one. I think there's that one. Okay, well obviously Kick. I mean, it's probably easier to just open up my stuff. But I haven't been able to 3-star Kick. I think I've 3-starred all the shiny songs. There's one other FX song I can't remember right now. JYP's already updated for that stuff. Honestly, like I didn't completely hate the thought of it, because so like the changes, I'll just talk about that for a bit. I wanted to make a video about it, but I haven't like gone around it because there's some like technical stuff that still hasn't been settled yet, and it kind of like got lost in my mind. But I'll talk about what I can here. So before JYP got updated, I was the things I was looking forward to, did happen, and then I was really happy. There was some more extra stuff that was added, so that made me even more happy. But then there was some stuff that like was not expected at all, and that kind of sucked. So I'll just go into detail about what those kinds of things were. So before everything, I actually did like the UI for the games, because I played YG and FNC. The new look for everything is not bad. The only thing that I was worried about for JYP was maybe because the game's already been like so old, it's gonna be hard for them to update it in a way that still looks natural to the game. After the update, it still kind of holds true. Everything still doesn't feel entirely natural. Like the way SSL is kind of weird. Like especially like when you go back to the main screen, it's cool, you can see like more people on the list, but like what's with like your weekly top 7 and then you go like Monday, Tuesday, that one's kind of weird. It doesn't really show everything. Um, some things that they added that I thought were really nice. They have that daily mission thing, which if you have a bunch of time, you can get 10,000 RP per day, which is really nice. It's like better than attendance, and you don't even need to play the game the whole time, just need to have it open. They have the, what was it, the My Store, I think that's what it's called, just like the daily offers thing. That one's cool. I haven't gotten anything extremely good from it yet, but whenever I see like a 30% power up card for 15,000 RP, I always buy it. Oh, they also have the different Dalcom coin store. Before, you could only buy card selectors and power up cards and technically a theme exchanger, but no one really buys those with Dalcom coins. But they added more power up card products, and let me just say that if you're like spending Dalcom coins for power up cards, always buy the 50% ones. They have the 2,500 Dalcom coin, Dalcom coin price for power up cards. You have one 100% power up card, or three 70% power up cards, or five 50% power up cards, and pretty much all the time, the 50% power up cards will always give you at least three. The three 70% power up cards will always give you at least two. Personally, from my experience with 70% power up cards, I rarely ever fail them, so I always get that 70% likelihood to go up. But yeah, so like basically what I'm trying to say is, when you're spending Dalcom coins for the power up cards, always buy the 70% or the 50% ones, because those will always give you at least, if not more than just one power up that the 100% power up card gives you. So like that update is really incredible for upgrading cards. Something that sucks, the backgrounds. Before, the best background is the day 6 even of day Denimals. They like destroyed that background so bad. I hate it. It's so depressing. I always spend my Dalcom coins only on 100% power up cards. If you play JYP, you should be buying 50% power up cards. I could do the math right now, but like for sure, even if you don't want to buy the 50% ones and you only want to buy the 70% ones, either one of those is still going to be worth more than the 100% power up card, because it's just the one power up guaranteed. It's like, yeah, there's the like what I can't what's my math right now? It's like to the 0.0021% or something. No, that doesn't sound right. Like, I mean, like I can do math real quick. So let's like it's not horrible math. So let's see. So if you just get one 100% power up card, there is a 0% chance for you to fail, but you'll ever only get one power up. So let's see. So if you get a 70% power up card, let's see, 1 minus 0.7. I think this is how it is. So let's see, the chance for you to get a power up, let's see. I talked a lot. My brain kind of hurts to do math right now. Okay, so then for 30% power up cards, the chance for you to get 0 is, for the 70% power up cards, the chance for you to get absolutely no power ups is around 3% of the time. More accurately, 2.7%. But like, that means that 1 minus. That just means that every single time you use all three 70% power up cards, you will always get at least one power up card 97.3% of the time, which is pretty much as good as like a 100% power up card in my opinion. And then if you do the 50% cards, then 96.875% of the time you'll always get at least one power up if you use 5 50% power up cards. So like, you know, both are pretty much better options, because if you think about that, we'll just say 97% for both of them, the 97% chance that you won't be able to get that you will be able to power up, it also includes you getting more than one power up. So you could also get 2 or 3 70% power ups. You can also get 2, 3, or 4, and ideally 5 50% power ups. So like that's crazy, and is all better than just guaranteed 100% power card, because you gotta take chances in life, bro. You gotta do better. And like even if one round you won't get, even if one round you suddenly fall into that 3% of I didn't get any power up cards, like there's the chance that the next round that you do is you will get at least one. You'll get at least 2, you know. You get more than one maybe. There's always that chance. Hope we're getting Superstar Dreamcast. There's like so many K-pop groups. It's hard for them to like. I feel like a part of like them also going into this also prevents them from oversaturating their own market, because before, in the good old days of when there wasn't much to do with Korean mobile game stuff, there was SuperStar SM, SuperStar JYP, and Beat Evil YG, and that was like, you know, all that there was to it. But over the years, of course, Dalcom has released more games. BTS, Pledis, both are gone now, but they help with the narrative. Starship, Woolim, G-Friend, YG, FNC, they've just been releasing more and more because they're just extending their hands all over the K-pop market. All the people who like to their certain group songs or collect their group's cards get to have their own place in the game. But you know, maybe because they have so many games, people who are interested in more than one group have to pretty much decide between them and decide on one. Like, I know a lot of people, ever since the world record stuff happened for the world record changes, where it's like first come first serve, you have to play the game at like basically upon the second of reset in order to get first place. Ever since that change happened, I've seen a lot of people quit every other game just so they can focus on SM, or they can just focus on JYP, because they just kind of drop all their newer games because they have more invested in the older ones, or they care more about the older ones. So all the, like, when you choose between K-pop artists, then you'll just choose the one that you like more, and then with how the game system works, then that's just what you do. But having them having their new game just having more Western artists, that's already different. That's already like a different market. So if someone who doesn't play a Superstar game at all finds this game because they listen to Lady Gaga, or they listen to Billie Eilish or Maroon 5 or Griffin, then that's already a new market. Because it's also because most likely if you've listened to Twice or you've heard of Twice, then you've also heard of Blackpink, then you've also heard of Red Velvet, you've also heard of WJSN or something. Like, if you've heard of those artists, then you play a Superstar game, then, you know, it's not like you'll be an entirely new person when a new game is released, and you still, you know, don't have to like, you still have to like choose between the two. You could choose both, but there's a chance that you won't choose both. So most likely, you know, you just choose the one that you like more. So having these Western artists just basically introduce an entirely new market where people can come in and be completely new to the Superstar game series. Like, they haven't listened to K-pop, they aren't really interested in K-pop, but they like hearing Zedd music, they like hearing Griffin music, they love Selena Gomez. Stuff like that is all different. So that's a new market, that's new people that latch on to the game, and that extends their market in a different direction that's not oversaturated in Korean music. BYG is kind of odd. Yeah. I've played the game. When I play the songs, I don't feel... It's the same issue I have with Rhythm Hive as I have with BDYG, is I don't necessarily feel like I'm having progression. Like, maybe it's because I play Superstar games more, but at least I feel like when I play the song, I know what I'm gonna get out of it, because there's daily missions that'll give me 8 cards, and eventually in the week they'll give me 50 diamonds, or there's events during the week that say play this artist song 5 times or stuff like that, and I can feel progression when I play the song. When I play games like Rhythm Hive or BDYG, I can only feel like did I play well? Because I don't feel like I'm developing anything after that. Yeah. Yeah, it's still going. I think they just had... I remember around the same time SuperStar YG had their release, Beautiful YG had this huge update, and it turns out they only did it to remove Sungri from the game. But yeah, it's still going. I don't know what's happening. Just check with the artist and notice that most of them are 3 cards that aren't advantage, or just 3 cards of power up. In terms of like advantage or not, I feel like the stronger thing is whenever a new game happens, people only focus on 2 things. The first one is, oh, technically 3. The first one is popularity. So like if you really love the artist, then you will for sure go for them first. The second thing that I think people will go for would be, I think, like the 3 card groups. Obviously you don't want to power up too many cards for your first one. But then the third one is going to be which group has the shortest songs. So like even though you have like Selena Gomez, Griffin, Zedd, all these 3 card groups, maybe like Carly Rae Jepsen has the shortest song, so then most people are going to upgrade her because they like a short grind song to have. Let's see. But yeah, I don't think the advantage of having more than a 3 card group is going to be applicable until maybe a year or 2 from now, when more people start filling out their R50 top 5s. Aespa's new theme, I'm not gonna get it. Nah. Right now I have like no RP and my inventory is super full, so I don't have the space or resources to clear it up. Like, I could sell A cards, but I think I only have like 20 A cards or something like that. 20 or 30 A cards. I need RP so I can eventually just... I have so many S cards, like a crazy amount of S cards in SM right now, so I can't really fill it up with anything else. Little Mix maybe has in the third... Is Little Mix a part of this game? I don't think I said them, did I? No, they're not a part of this. Remember, this is the game for Introscope Records. Labels and stuff. Obviously, Little Mix did have a game. They'll most likely have only 3 members. Let's see. Which group are they? They're part of Psycho or in Columbia. Doesn't Columbia Records have a bunch of people? Aren't they also a pretty big record company? Where are they? It's unrelated right now, but like, just kind of interested. Columbia Records. Check their artist page. Any big ones that I know? Oh, Adele, of course. AC/DC. Barbra Streisand. Beyonce. If I find one more, then I'll stop. Calvin Harris is pretty big. Celine Dion's pretty big. Daft Punk, oh, they're really big. Okay. Yeah, if they have like a SuperStar game with Columbia Records, that'd be crazy. Let's see. The Hive just makes you spend your resources. SuperStar games actually make you play the game. Maroon 5, I think, is the most numbered people here in the game. Probably, yeah. Maroon 5 definitely one of the big ones. Rolling Stones is also up there, but they're also a 4-member group. That's also the difference between Korean groups and Western groups, is that Western artists are mostly all individual, and if they are bands, they're still only known for like their singer. Because I don't know, do people know like the drummer for Maroon 5? They only know Adam Levine. It could just be me though, but I feel like that's a general thing as well. Yeah. Like Maroon 5 Mad Dragons probably two of the biggest groups in the game. Yeah, they I don't think they have the idea of having a lot of members in a group because they're like, oh, people will find a member that they like. They're just there to make music, honestly. If they can just do it with only a single person, then they would, because you sign less people, so less money needed to have them. Yeah. Superstar, oh my girl. Wait, or Superstar WM? Nah, dude, it's a Western music. It's got like Lady Gaga and Billie Eilish up in here. I keep saying those names. I don't know too many. The Superstar. There you go. Oh, Superstar Wiki Miki. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm probably gonna end it. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end it here. It's like hour and a half. Yes, this is super true. Just there's links in the description, so it's true. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll probably end it here because I've been talking for a while and I'm kind of out of breath and tired. So, yeah. What are you doing on top of that house? I don't know if you can see. She's up there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm probably gonna call it here. If you're still around, thank you for making it to the end. Don't know if thank you for making it to the end of the stream. We just talked about the SuperStar, which is a new Superstar rhythm game, but it features Western artists and not K-pop artists. So far this game is set to release on set to release on April 1st. It sounds like a joke, but it is not a joke because everything they would go through here is like too much for it to be a joke. Like, if you can understand that. Let's see. Yeah. And yeah, so if you want to talk more about the game, then there's a Discord server in the description. It's like the first link there. That one is it's a Discord server for all the Superstar games, so that includes SMJYP, the Starship, William, G-Friend, YG, FNC, and this new The Superstar game. So if you like to talk to people about it, then you can check it out there. Once this video gets off of the live feed, then you can comment down below and people will hopefully talk about it there as well. Yeah, my name is Jamie. I didn't even say that the whole stream. My name is Jamie. Image on all the Superstar games except for William, where I'm also Jamie but in Korean. I play all those Superstar games. I help run a whole bunch of community related stuff for Superstar games, so that's Discords and Reddits. I also upload here on YouTube, as you can see here. I have gameplay stuff. Yeah, so if you enjoy seeing me play and like that kind of stuff, discussions and game updates, then you can subscribe to my YouTube or go to any of the links down below and search around, look around, see which place fits best for you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm getting tired and getting out of breath, so I'm gonna call it here. So thank you, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe or like the video, or do both, because it helps with the YouTube channel. Thank you. Okay, goodbye and good night, everyone. The Superstar game comes out April 1st. Yeah, not a joke. Okay, bye.